Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Come on.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Bowman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down, Beasley. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
On third down, Beasley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll try the left side. Beasley. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Back to throw, Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Right there, 54, right there.
Now Fields.
He's going to look deep for more. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Beasley. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
On play action, Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
7 yards to pick up there. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Fields throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Brian Burns.
What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Let's go.
On 1st down, Beasley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd down now, Beasley.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They run the counter. Beasley. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Watson on third down. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Watson off play action. They'll roll him out right. This is Donnell with a grab.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Baron Browning in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
First down, Houston.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On second down, Beasley. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Beasley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 16. Fields now to throw.
Steps away to his left. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Fields. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the second.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Jaguars nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Off play action, Fields.
He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here into the hands of Moore.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games we just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Beasley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, Beasley.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Flushed out right. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Buying time to his left.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
If I could put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
And now here's another interception. Picked by Julian Love.
And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And Watson's going to throw it here. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And some room to maneuver. Escapes the defender. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.